Hey guys! Alright, so I know I promised you guys a large book haul, and I am going to give you just that. This is basically going to be like a 3-part book haul, and before you're like, holy crap, how many books did you buy? Let me explain myself. I'm going to have to cut this first one into 2 parts, because I'll do my Kindle haul first, because I have 23 books in total that I purchased from Kindle, and yeah, that's kind of a lot, but some of them were like free downloads, and some were only $1, some were only $2, so you can't really pass that up, and these sound like pretty good books. And 23 is just such a huge number to try and cram all of that into one video, and I only plan on giving just like the briefest of descriptions on these so that I could get through it all. So that's what this first 2-part video will be, and then my next one will be a haul of my actual hard copies of books. I probably will have to film that one a little later just because I recently ordered 2 books, and they're still on their way to me in the mail, so I just wanted to wait till I had those books with me. And I'm also going home for like a week and a half, so I'm not going to be able to film that till I get back, and besides they're getting mailed here, so I'm not going to be able to have the books with me, so be looking for that like within the next 2 weeks. I'll have that one up, but I will have the second part to this video up right after, hopefully after this soon. So the first book that I got on my Kindle is Enchantment by Charlotte Abel. I think that's how you say her name. And it looks like this. I hope you guys can see that. This one I think was only like $1 or something, and it had really good reviews. It's actually I think listed off to the side as like one of the highest downloaded ones that were like really cheap. And in short, this book is about this family that's kind of, they've got like magical abilities or something like that, and she has this power to enchant boys around her so that they fall for her, and her family ends up having to move away because her dad gets in trouble with someone within their society, and they have to basically go into hiding. And so they move and trying to fit into normal everyday lives, but then they come to find out that she starts to enchant these boys that aren't magical ability-wise, something like that. And so her parents place a chastity curse on her, so after they do that, she meets like the one, and she's trying to figure out how to break this curse, and yeah, it sounds really good. Really interesting. I've never read anything like that, so I decided to give that one a try. Alright, this next book I got, I saw on Goodreads through a giveaway, and I read the synopsis, and it just sounded too good to pass up. And that is The Reluctant Bachelorette by Rachel Anderson. I actually plan on reading this one pretty soon because it sounds so good. It kind of reminds me of The Selection in a way, just because maybe I've recently read it and I'm just comparing everything to those type of books. But it's basically, this town has like a charity event that they're doing. It's kind of like The Bachelor, and she is picked to be the Bachelorette for this, and she doesn't want to be, but she gets thrown into it. And so they give her all these contestants, and the twist is that she doesn't get to pick who stays and who goes. The viewers that are watching do. And she comes across one of the contestants that was actually a former high school crush or something like that. And I'm assuming something bad happened between them, because it also mentions on the plot that she is trying to make him look bad to the viewers so that they vote him out. Meanwhile, he figures out what she's doing, so he kind of like strikes back and plays along with it, but is making him more appealing, so they'll keep him. And of course, it's probably going to add into some unexpected romance. And so it just sounded really funny that they're like both trying to get him, like she's trying to get him out, he's trying to stay, and it just sounded like a funny little, quick, fun read. So I figured, why not? Okay, this next book that I got, I'm sure is no stranger to you guys. It seems like this is popping up everywhere on the BookTube community, and that is Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and it looks like that, as if you guys didn't already know this. Basically, if you aren't familiar with this, I feel like I'm the last person to even read it. It's this guy that moves next door to a girl, and on the back, some people say this is a spoiler, but I figure if it's on the back, it's fair game. And it turns out he's an alien, and him and his sister are on the run from these people want to strip their powers from their planet, and this girl that's his neighbor gets thrown into the mix of it all, and it just, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of I Am Number 4. I don't know. Like I said, I like to think of other books when I'm reading these, so I've heard so many great reviews on this that I decided I can't pass this up anymore. I finally have to give in and read it, so I did. Do not worry, I will read that very soon. The next book I got, this one's kind of a tongue twister to say, and it's called Indelible Love. Maybe Indelible Love. It's not like undeniable. I don't even know. I'm probably like totally mispronouncing this. It looks like it says Indelible Love by D.W.C. This is not sounding any better. I'm so sorry, you guys. This is what it looks like, and it was a free download from Amazon. Wow, I just slaughtered that. In short, the summary for this one was, this girl gets dumped by her college boyfriend of 4 years, and she's trying to move on and trying to learn how to love again, and she meets this new guy and starts falling for him, and while she's falling for him, like 18 months down the road, her former ex realizes he wants her back, and he only dumped her because he thought he was doing it was for her best interest, and he wants her back, and so he's trying to weasel his way back in. And it mentions that they both proposed to her, so it's just kind of like, who is she going to pick? It sounded like a fun little light read, and I figure it's a free download, so if I don't like it, it's not like I paid money for it, so yeah. Okay, the next book I got is, this is a free preview edition of this book. So I'm not quite sure if it's going to be the entire book, but I figured this was a book I was kind of unsure about. But I've heard some good things about it, so I guess I'll see if I end up liking it. And that is Poison Princess by Cressley Cole. It looks like this. And basically the summary for this book was, this girl has visions that this apocalyptic event is going to happen and basically destroy the world. She doesn't believe it, she kind of ignores it, moves on with her life, and then it actually happens and her town is destroyed. And so she meets up with this kind of like dangerous guy to go on a quest to figure out how it is and why she can see these visions and what they are. And they come across these other like 20-something other people who have special abilities. And you find out that there's this big reenactment that's supposed to happen with good versus evil on this big battle with Earth. And I don't know, it just sounded interesting. Nothing like I read, so I figure it's a free preview. If I like it, maybe I'll buy it type deal. We'll see how it goes. And I saw this one also on Goodreads. I think it also had a giveaway. And it's called Her Best Friend's Brother by T.J. Dell. And it looks like this. And basically, I mean, the title doesn't explain it enough. It's just about this girl who has secretly been in love with her best friend's brother. And it sounds like it's going to be like one of those books that they split it between 2 points of view. So you get her point of view and the brother's point of view. And so you get both of theirs, and he starts falling for her, and they're trying to keep it a secret. So it just sounded interesting and nothing. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of 20 Boy Summer, if you haven't read that, where that one's obviously more sad because he dies, but just where she falls for the brother, and I just think that makes for an interesting story. So the next book that I got is Fathom by Mary De Stefano, and it looks like this. I think this one's currently on Goodreads for a giveaway if I just saw it. It sounded kind of interesting. It's basically about this girl, and her mom was rumored to have killed herself and her sister, and it's kind of been like the thing going around town, and everyone knows about it. And so this girl moves back to town and is plagued by being labeled that her mom was the person that killed them, and she's trying to get on with her life. And so she goes to this party and starts having a good time, and these mysterious kids come from out of town and try to drown her. And this sounds really weird. Like, this is really an on-a-whim type purchase for me. And I'm guessing she lives because it mentions that she's trying to figure out who these kids are and if they have something to do with her mom's death. And it mentions something about Celtic legends, and I'm not too familiar with that, so I guess I'll find out by reading it. But I guess it sounded good enough to give it a shot, so I'm pretty excited for that. The next book I got is Reason to Breathe by Rebecca Donovan. Now the cover on the Kindle looks like this. I know that this one's in an actual book form. A lot of these are in actual book forms, and I think the covers were the same, but this one's switched. And I like the other cover a lot better, but because this one is like just has the girl's face. I think the actual cover for this, it's door that's cracked or something like that. It looked really cool, but this one was really different. And I have a feeling that this one has to do, it kind of leaves you, it didn't give that much of a description, but it's basically this girl, and it sounds like she either is probably going through abuse or something like that, and is going through school like low-key, and it's this guy notices her and sees that, wonders why she's reserved into herself, and he knows something's wrong, and he's able to guess her secret, and yeah, just help her out. It's one of those like real-life issue type books. It sounded really fun and light, so I figured, why not? The next book I got, I really love this cover. It is so cute. It's by Kelly Elliott, and it's called Wanted, and the cover is that. If you could see it, I hope you guys can. It's this guy and a girl, and he's dunking, like, doing the little dip and a kiss in a barn. It's, yeah, really cute. This one also gave kind of a short synopsis. This one's also more of a real-life type issue book. This girl is verbally attacked by her mom, always cuts her down, and she has very low self-esteem. So her plan is to go to college, move out, and do something with her life. And she meets this guy who happens to be her best friend's brother, similar to that other book, hey. And starts trying to like not fall for him, and he wants her to fall for him type deal, and he's trying to help her, and it just sounded like a very good read, and I really wanted to give that one a shot, so I ended up purchasing it. I think it was only $2, so I was pretty excited about that. This next book I'm so excited for. I saw this, and I haven't seen I don't think I've seen anyone on YouTube yet talk about this, and it's been popping up on my Amazon page, and when I read this, I knew I wanted to get my hands on this book. It sounds so good, and I have not read anything like this one, and I know I've been saying that a lot. I haven't read anything like this, but this one, yeah, it's just, let me just show you what it is. It's called Existence by Abby Glines, and it looks like this. And, oh my gosh, it's just, oh, that cover, his eyes are so creepy. Basically what this one's about is this girl can see souls, and she sees this one guy who, at school, and this is normal for her, they don't talk to her or anything, but this guy starts talking to her, and she's kind of taken aback by it. And you later find out that this guy is death, actually death. And her time is now coming, and she's trying, mentions her cheating death. So yeah, I think she ends up falling literally for death. It's so weird referring to this guy as death, but he's supposed to come and obviously claim her. They end up falling for each other. It sounds really weird, I know, but I just, for some reason, I'm so drawn to this that I'm excited to read it, because I don't know why, I really don't. Tell me if it sounds even interesting to you, because for some reason it's just caught my attention. The next book I got is called Unenchanted by Chanda Han. I think this is another free download, if I remember right, from Amazon. And this one sounded really interesting. It's this girl saves a crush on a high school field trip, and it starts this family curse because she's a descendant from the Brothers Grimm. And basically she has to live out their, finish their unfinished fairy tales. And if you are familiar with the Brothers Grimm, you know how creepy that is. So it just, I don't know, that sounds really cool that someone has to live out and play through these fairy tales to live. And I know it's a series, so I'm really anxious. I really hope I like this first book. It was really hyped up on Amazon, but then again, most books are hyped up on Amazon, so you don't know what you're getting into, really. But it doesn't make me less excited to read it. Right, this next book I have is called Unearthly by Cynthia Hand, and I know this is a really popular book, and a lot of you have probably read this already, and I kept debating with this book whether or not I was finally going to read it, and I just decided, it's on the Kindle now, I'm going to get it. So, if you're not familiar with this, basically it's about this girl who has a part angel in her, and she has these visions, and she can foretell the future, and she sees this big forest fire happening, and I'm guessing some guy that's involved in it. So she moves to this town and meets the guy that's in the vision, and it, yeah, goes from there. And I'm guessing she falls for him, but she's also falling for this other guy that's supposed to appeal to her less angelic side. There's a typical love triangle in most books, so well, I'm interested to see how that one goes. I've kind of been on the rocks with it. I've heard mixed reviews, So I'm really anxious. I really hope I end up liking that. Alright, that's going to wrap up part 1 of this haul. I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for part 2.